The following Game of the Year Awards was recorded live at Electronic Game Information Headquarters in Baltimore, Maryland in 2008. Good evening and welcome to Electronic Game Information's Game of the Year 2008 Awards. I'm your host, Blue Leader, and I'm coming to you live from the Electronic Game Information Awards 2008. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, and I am so pleased and excited to be with you to announce the big game of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, 2008 has been such an amazing year for video games as a genre, as a series, as a number of subgenres. We've had some amazing games come out. We had Fallout 3 came out this year. We had Grand Theft Auto 4, both amazing blockbuster open world games that really took gaming to different heights in terms of interactivity, in terms of freedom of play. It was an amazing year for both of those games. Xbox and PlayStation, of course, continued their battle for dominance of the console market. They seem to be consolidating around their online user bases and their exclusive titles. You got Halo on. You got upcoming Halo games, hopefully, on the horizon for Xbox, and you have Resistance, Killzone. Those games are coming up in for the PlayStation. You have Nintendo Wii has been doing a great job of kind of carving out its own path in between those two giants. The Nintendo Wii, of course, is playing a big game of making a play for their hardcore Nintendo fan base, while also adding in a new upcoming user base of more casual gamers, and so far they seem to be doing a great job, and I'm so excited to see to tell you what games from all three of those big consoles are going to be part of have made it to the Game of the Year finalists. But of course, we can always look forward to future games. 2009 is of course right around the corner, so we're gonna go to the phones and ask you guys what games are you looking forward to in 2009. I'll start it off with a game that I'm very excited about. A game that's coming out in 2009 that I'm very excited to play is of course Shell Shock Blood Trails. Shell Shock Nom 67 was of course a Xbox and PlayStation 2 game developed by Guerrilla Games, the people behind. The Dutch developers behind Killzone and the upcoming Killzone 2, which will also be coming out in 2009, mind you. I'd love to see how they match up their actual game engine with that proof of concept video they showed back at E3 2006. And of course, the Shell Shock game that's going to be the Shell Shock sequel will not be handled by Guerrilla Games, but will be handled by Aliens vs. Predator developers Rebellion. So wonderful to see what those games will look like in the hands of a new developer. Hello, you're on the air with Electronic Game Information. This is the Game of the Year Awards 2008, but we're talking about what games you're looking forward to in 2009.
All right, well, first, I just gotta say, not the servers don't represent. All right, so basically, here's my question. I've been hearing a lot of talk about Headless Harn, and I really don't understand the joke. I'm kind of new to the stream. Do you think you can talk about what's going on?
Well, I think that you're referring to as Headless Harn was a character in a Sega Saturn game called Battle Monsters. Battle Monsters, of course, came out in the mid-1990s. I'm not sure what the connection is between this show, the Game of the Year Awards in 2008, and a Sega Saturn game that came out in the mid-90s. But your guess is as good as mine.
That's crazy.
It's a crazy time. I mean, so it's 2008. It's the end of 2008. You've probably had a lot of games that you played. Is there any game that you particularly loved in 2008?
Gears of War 2.
Gears of War 2, absolutely. They took a great game. They made it even better. They made it more colorful. They added more kind of set piece moments. It feels almost more like one of those Call of Duty games. Am I right?
Yes, Clippy B is a genius, Robby.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. Let me ask you this: you enjoyed Gears of War 2 in 2008. What are you looking forward to in 2009?
Gears of War 3.
Gears of War 3 probably won't come out in 2009, but I appreciate your enthusiasm for the Gears of War series. That's a series that can only keep getting better and better, if you ask me.
Very true.
All right. Thank you for your call. Next up, you're on the Electronic Game Information's Game of the Year Awards 2008, but we are talking about games coming up in 2009. You've been reading the news, you've been reading the websites and the magazines. You know what games are coming in 2009. What games are you excited about in 2009?
You know what? Hey, Robby, I'm glad you asked me. What is up? It's your boy, Joseph. I got 2 games I am so excited to play.
Oh, wow.
Number one, Assassin's Creed 2.
Assassin's Creed
sequel, 2006 is Assassin's Creed 1. Are you looking forward to that one, Robby?
I'm looking forward to Assassin's Creed 2. Assassin's Creed 2, I hope corrects all the mistakes of the first Assassin's Creed.
I want to collect more flags in this one.
I think Assassin's Creed 2, have they announced the setting for that yet?
I've heard word on the street that's going to take place in rural Russia, but that's
Russia.
Might be, yeah. It's
good luck. Good luck finding a big tower in Russia.
Oh, I mean, they got the Kremlin. They got the.
Yeah, but that's the Kremlin.
Yeah,
That's
big.
Not that high.
Yeah,
take a look at a picture of the Kremlin. It's not that high. It's like no bigger than the White House.
Okay, but Robby, I got one more game.
All right.
I don't know if you've heard of this one.
Okay.
Have you heard of this little gem that's coming out, The Chronicles of Riddick: Assault on Dark Athena?
Oh, I love Chronicles of Riddick. Was one of the best Xbox games that came out in 2000. I think it was 2004, or maybe it was early 2005.
Yeah,
one of my absolute favorites. Dark Athena, if they do it right, it's going to be even better than the last one. Now they've got these next-generation consoles. They've figured out how to work them. They figured out how to make the graphics really pop. Dark Athena is going to be something special. Take my word for it. That's an Electronic Game Information promise.
Yeah. I want to see more Ulik action. I want to see Riddick's eyes shine. I am so excited.
Well, I'm right there with you, brother. All right. Thank you for your call. Next up, you're on Electronic Game Information. Oh, we just got something down from the wire. Official Raider says MW2 2009. I'm guessing that means Modern Warfare 2? Hype? That sounds right. I think that I think that there's not that much hype around the Modern Warfare games. I mean, Modern Warfare really came out of nowhere and knocked our socks off. I think Modern Warfare 2 deserves a clear shot at making us excited again. I truly will miss the World War II setting. I think that was something that made those Call of Duty games really special. But Modern Warfare 2, I'm sure, is going to give us some great action set piece moments. I'm a little sad that they're moving away from the more kind of I don't know, what do you call it? Army of Many type of game, and moving more towards the heroic action hero. But you do what you can.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, you're on the air with Electronic Game Information. This is the Game of Your Awards 2008. What are you looking forward to in 2009?
Well, I've heard rumors on the rumor mill that 50 Cent is working on a video game for the Xbox.
Oh yeah, that it's a cover-based third-person shooter. I think it's called Blood in the Sand. Does that ring any bells? That's something that they've been talking about in the Game Informers and your Game Pros and your Electronic Game Monthlies?
I look at my Nintendo Power each morning. I just give it a good old look, and
I don't know if they would put
my best interest in mind.
I don't think they would put a 50 Cent game in Nintendo Power, but hey. Appreciate your call. Thank you for calling Electronic Game Information's Game of the Year Awards 2008. Somebody's looking forward to Halo 3 ODST. Halo 3 ODST, I'm not sure what that means, but I was a big fan of Halo 3. Played a lot of multiplayer with some friends back home. We had clans, and we made plans. You know what I'm talking about? You love Halo 3. You're looking forward to more Halo 3. If it's coming in 2009, then I'm signed up as well. Thank you for your words. We got another call. This is Electronic Game Information's Game of the Year 2008.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing? What game are you looking forward to the most in 2009?
Well, I've been hearing a lot about new Nintendo games that are coming out.
Oh yeah, the Nintendo Wii is that system is just getting going, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's like I have it and it's really good. So I've been hearing about a new Wii Sports game.
Oh,
I'm really excited about that one.
More. You're a big fan of the mini games, huh? You like to hit the ball with the racket.
Oh yeah,
you gather your whole family around the television, and you all hit tennis. The tennis game. You got the bowling game. What else you got?
Tennis, bowling is my favorite. We also have boxing. We love the boxing.
Oh, everybody loves the boxing game. Now, so if they're gonna, so if rumors are true and they are gonna put out more Wii Sports games, what kind of miniature versions of classic sports games would you like to see on that?
I'd like to see general sword fighting games.
Sword fighting would be good, but I think if you're going to have a sword fighting game, they've got some, the movement isn't of those Wiimotes is good if you're doing like a quick movement, but for more subtle things, I think that they might need something else. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Just like some sort of like gyroscopic addition to the controller that might add a little bit more nuance. That would be something, huh? Cracking good time.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably right. We're going to need to add something to it.
Well, I appreciate your call. You guys, 2009 is going to be an even better year than 2008, just as 2008 was an even better year than 2007. We've got one last thing coming down the wire, Resident Evil 5. Well, let me tell you, Resident Evil 5, I think, is going to be an interesting game. Resident Evil 4 is, of course, one of the greatest games ever made. Resident Evil 5 looks like it might continue to sort of build upon this kind of worldwide sci-fi horror epic. But in my opinion, the trailer makes me a little uncomfortable. I don't know about how many of you guys grew up in the South learning about the civil rights movement and all of that, but the trailer seems a bit problematic. That's just my 2 cents, but maybe they'll do something to kind of alleviate some of the issues that have come up with that. But thank you for your words. Again, Resident Evil 5, I'm sure will be still a fantastic game. Maybe they'll let us move and shoot at the same time this time around. So now that we have talked at length about your excitement over games coming in 2009. Let's take a quick break to show you tonight's edition of Dark Fortress, A Cult Master of Space. The chapter that we will be showing tonight is, of course, going to have Blue Leader and his Blue Leader army invading the unnamed continent in pursuit of the well-dressed men and their army of bats. Let's take a look at the Blue Leader army invading the unnamed continent. It's Dark Fortress, A Cult Master of Space here on Electronic Game Information. All right, before we get started with the actual 2008 Electronic Game Information's 2008 Game of the Year, we are going to go back through all of the subcategories that we've covered over the last few weeks with Electronic Game Information's Game of the Year awards. Let's go ahead and get started. If you recall, our best horror game of 2008 was, of course, Dead Space. Dead Space, the sci-fi action shooter that redefined horror and outer space and made you afraid to be in a Dead Space. The best third-person shooter award went, of course, to Gears of War 2. Gears of War 2. We had a caller calling in about Gears of War 2. Wanted to talk about Gears of War 3. I'm guessing with the success of this wonderful third-person cover-based action shooter that Gears of War 3 is nigh. The best graphics award went, of course, to Resistance 2. I was a big fan of Resistance 2. I love all of the different types of guns. I think Insomniac has done a bang-up job of making first-person shooters really fun to play with all the different types of weapons that you can access and shoot your enemies with. It's Resistance 2. There's a level that takes place in the suburbs. Of course, the best turn-based RPG that deserves either a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10 score went to Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, the BioWare developed Sonic RPG. It was a bit of a misfire, but it had a lot of heart, so we're going to make sure that it gets the recognition it deserves, and let's hope that BioWare comes back with Sonic Chronicles 2 sometime in 2009, 2010. Let's go to the calls. The best puzzle platformer game of the year of 2008, of course, was...
Hello?
Hold on, let me get the music started again. Hi, you're on the... we're going over the subcategories for the game of the year 2008.
All right.
Are you ready to hear what? Do you remember what the best puzzle platformer for 2008 was for the Electronic Game Information's Game of the Year? Have you been watching all the episodes leading up to this point?
I have not.
Oh, well, then you missed it when we announced that the best puzzle platformer was none other than Crisis Warhead. Crisis Warhead was, of course, the follow-up to the PC killer Crisis that taxed everybody's PCs and made everybody buy really expensive graphics cards. Crisis Warhead, of course, goes back to that island, goes back to that setting, and lets you play through a lot of the same scenarios, but with like a different character. I don't know, the puzzles. Did you play Crisis Warhead?
I have never heard of it, sadly.
Oh,
it
Crisis.
Sounds like I need to check it out.
Well, I think there must have been puzzles in it. Okay, so the best controls for the Game of the Year 2008, I think you'll be excited to hear, is, of course, Boom Blocks. Boom Blocks, the fantastic family action game for the Nintendo Wii. Boom Blocks was a game that you could pick up and play like a pro just from the first time that you saw it, for the first time that you turned on your television, turned on your Nintendo Wii, and connected your Wii controller. Boom Blocks, block it, and boom it up. Okay, the best Castlevania Order of Ecclesia game, Year of the Award 2008 award went to Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. No problem there. We have a caller on the line.
Hi, hey Robby.
Hey, did you play Castlevania Order of Ecclesia?
No, I.
Well, you're missing out, because let me tell you, that is one of the. As far as Castlevania Order of Ecclesia goes in 2008, you can't do any better.
And that's the DS.
That's
game,
for the Nintendo DS. Thank you for a call. Let me tell you.
Thank you.
Are you still there? Have you played any of the other Nintendo DS Castlevania games up to this point? Thank you for your call. We've got another award going out. It's the best sound design in a horror game. That Game of the Year award, of course, went to Dead Space. Thank you. You're on the air with the Game of the Year awards. We're doing the subcategories recap.
Awesome.
What do you think about Boom Blocks?
Oh, I love that game. It was so much fun, just blowing blocks up. It was so cool. I'm actually amazed that I believe it was Steven Spielberg that was on with that game.
Right.
If I recall correctly.
Hold on, let me start the music again. Well, let me tell you something. I think if you're excited about Boom Blocks, you love Steven Spielberg, that you are going to be excited to find out that Boom Blocks had already gotten the Best Art Direction Award for the Game of the Year's 2008. That's Boom Blocks from the Nintendo Wii. It's got the Best Art Direction. You've got Stinkerton Potts. You remember Stinkerton? There he is, stinking it up with the Boom Blocks. Thank you for your call. Okay, the best action game. Best action game of 2008. You're probably going to think it's going to be something like a shooter like Turning Point Fall of Liberty, but no, it's Boom Blocks. It's Boom Blocks again, is coming out with all these awards. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable how many people have been playing Boom Blocks, talking about Boom Blocks. These people love Boom Blocks.
I think we're going to see Boom Blocks for years, if not decades, to come.
Absolutely. I think in 10 years, we are going to be talking about Boom Blocks. Am I right?
Probably. I just have to say the game I'm hoping most for in 2009, Nintendo's been taking their time with it, but I can't see any way Mother 3 doesn't come out in 2009.
I'm there with you. I mean, we've been waiting we've been late ever since Earthbound came out. I feel like I've been waiting for them to do something different, and it just, they come out with all these Mario RPGs, and those are fine, but the fact is that Earthbound is its own thing. It needs to be set aside, it needs to be put, and it needs to be one of their top tier franchises. I'm there with you.
Yeah, I mean, even if we maybe even an enhanced version for the DS, that would be such a huge thing.
Absolutely. I mean, they just put Chrono Trigger out on the DS in 2008. Remember that?
Yeah, and they even added to that.
I think it's the definitive version. If they just did that with Earthbound, and then they did that with Earthbound, and then they would see how quickly that would sell, how it would just blow the roof off of any DS RPGs, JRPGs that come out in 2009, 2010. I think Mother 3 would get on the fast track.
Oh yeah.
The bullet train. Thanks for your call. We just got Fart for Me says Guitar Hero 3 was the best of 2008. I disagree. All right, so the best PC game of 2008, of course, was Stalker Clear Sky. We had a lot of great big open world action games. Open world games with big budgets. Stalker Clear Sky takes the idea of an open world game and gives it a very low budget. It's Stalker Clear Sky. It was the best PC game of 2008. The most disappointing game of 2008 is still Lair. Lair still disappoints in 2008, many years after it actually came out on the PlayStation 3. The Factor 5 medieval dragon flight combat game is still managing to bum us out in 2008. This is Game of the Year, Electronic Game Information's Game of the Year Awards 2008. You're on the line.
Hi, thank you.
What's on your mind? Hold on. I got to start the music again. What's on your mind?
Well, you were talking about Dead Space.
Right.
And I just played that and a little demo of Little Big Planet at Comic-Con.
Yes.
They put me inside a little black tent, and they did not allow me to say anything to anyone.
Well, Little Big Planet, I think, is one of those games that's going to keep coming back and biting us in the butt, don't you think?
I sure hope so. I think those little characters are very franchisable.
Sackboys.
They lend themselves to being products.
You know what I'd love to see? Is Smash Brothers for the Wii came out this year.
Yes, you're right.
Wouldn't it be wonderful to see a Sackboy in a Super Smash Brothers game?
That would be. I think he would be pretty cool. I think he could go up against Mr. Game & Watch.
Oh my God!
Another,
maybe he could be. Maybe he could go up against the silly kid with the backpack from Earthbound. We got something coming down the wire. While you're still on the line, let's talk about this. We've got X25 Killer. X25 Killer says Left 4 Dead was decent. What do you think about that?
Sorry, say that again?
Say that one more time?
Can you repeat yourself? Sorry, my phone broke up.
Left 4 Dead was decent, says the Killer 25X.
Oh, it was decent?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't play these online multiplayer games, so I don't really know. Was it decent?
I was going to say, I guess it depends on your penchant for.
Well, it's a cooperative game. It's not like one of those games that you have to compete with everybody and steal everybody's stuff, right?
Right. It seems like a little bit more of a laid-back kind of affair, and that's kind of what I like about it.
Well, I wouldn't say laid back.
Well,
I mean, from what I've seen of those tech reels, those creatures can move very fast.
Well, they sure can, but at least it seems like they're giving the player the option to take it at their own pace.
All right, well, I'll take your word for it. Like I said, I don't play these online games. But thank you for your call. We got some more awards. We got the best music in a game of the year award 2008, of course, goes to Boom Blocks. Boom Blocks had a fantastic score. If a game's coming from the mind of Steven Spielberg, that music is going to be key to the enjoyment of it, whether it's a video game, whether it's a movie or a TV show. Boom Blocks has the best music. Best remake. Electronic gaming, we had a tie this year. The tie was between Bionic Commando Rearmed and Golden Axe Beast Rider. Now, I actually didn't have time to play both of these. I did play Bionic Commando Rearmed. I found it to be a fantastic reimagining of what made the first Bionic Commando, the 2D side-scroller from the Nintendo era, so special. And Golden Axe Beast Rider, well, if you put the name Golden Axe on anything, you know that it's going to be quality. They don't just mess around with that. We have a caller on the line. While we're waiting for our caller, we got a Vister says Endless Ocean was severely underrated. I tend to agree. You know, I'm a big fan of relaxing, and I'm a big fan of swimming, and so these two things come together really nicely in Endless Ocean for the Nintendo Wii. Hi, you're on the air with Electronic Game Information.
Hey, I'd like to say that Braid was pretty cool.
Oh, wait, hold on for a second. I got to start the music again.
Okay.
Say it again.
Braid?
Braid was Braid, the Xbox Live Arcade indie darling. Braid was a fantastic game. Imagine these little niche games can do for that online marketplace.
Yeah, I definitely think there's going to be a big uprising like these smaller games. I don't know. Explosion Man looks like it's going to be pretty cool in 2009.
Yeah?
That looks like an interesting platformer where you can explode and jump around.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, explode like Bomberman.
Yeah,
well, I wouldn't want to see any new after seeing that new Bomberman for the Xbox 360. I wouldn't want them to muck up with that franchise anymore, right?
Oh yeah, that's pretty rough. I mean, that Bomberman. I mean, it's cool multiplayer, but other than that, it's just kind of a nostalgia fest.
Now, I like the sound of this Explosion Man game. If I had some sort of if I wrote stuff down from top to bottom, it's what do you call that?
The vertical
list. If I had a list, I'd put that on it. All right, so we had someone say that Endless Ocean was severely underrated, and we all agreed that Endless Ocean was underrated. Maybe we'll get a new Echo the Dolphin game out on the Nintendo Wii if Endless Ocean sells a little bit more. We had another best horror game that was not Dead Space, and it was just on the PlayStation 3. It's Siren Blood Curse. Siren Blood Curse is, of course, a fantastic horror game that makes you scream. We've got best sound design in a horror game that isn't Dead Space. We've got Condemned 2 Bloodshot. Condemned 2 Bloodshot, of course, has a follow-up to the fantastic Xbox launch title, the horror action game where you beat up people on the street for no apparent reason, but you figured it out and you came out on the other end. Condemned 2 Bloodshot took that formula, took it to the next level, and gave you a fantastic sound design. You got someone on the calls?
Hi, hello?
Hi, you're on the air with Electronic Game Information. We're talking about the subcategories. I'm about to remind everybody what the best FPS with RPG elements in 2008 was. You ready to hear again?
Yeah.
It was Far Cry 2. Far Cry 2 was a game that took open world action and put it in a first-person perspective and did things really, really well. There was, of course, the famous malaria mechanic, which nobody really seemed to. I guess people didn't mind that.
The malaria was kind of annoying. It was cool that your guns could jam sometimes, though. That added some tension into it.
Well, yeah, but that's I mean, that's part of the whole experience. I mean, you're in this war-torn African country. You're bound to get some problems. You got the old Kalashnikovs and the malarias. Oh, are you still on the line?
Yeah.
Well, we just got something from the wire. Einarez says Too Human was so bad.
It was. It definitely was.
I mean, as far as action RPGs go, I mean, I would expect a company that made Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, to do a little bit better than Too Human, and they really biffed that one. All right, let me start the music again. We got a couple more that we're gonna a couple more subcategories that we're gonna go through. We got best adventure game of 2008 was of course Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword. That's Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword from the Nintendo DS. You take the D and the S of Dragon Sword, and you got the DS of Nintendo DS. You got Fable 2. If you imagine Fable 2, you can imagine the kind of wild stuff these two guys are getting into. This was a best action RPG of 2008, as opposed to the turn-based action RPG Sonic Chronicles. We've got another award coming up for, you guessed it, it's Boom Blocks, the best puzzle game with a unique interface. We've got another Boom Blocks for best offline multiplayer game, and we have, believe it or not, Boom Blocks wrapped it up with the best sports game of 2008 for the Electronic Game Information's Game of the Year Awards. In a moment, we are going to go and find out what the actual 2008 Game of the Year is, and but before that, we're going to check back in with the Dark Forces Occult Master of Space. The Blue Leader Army has invaded the Dark Continent, and they have met their enemy in the form of the Bats Army, but the Well-Dressed Man have not been seen yet. So let's find out what happens with this latest chapter of the Dark Forces Occult Master of Space. And we're back. That was another edition of Dark Fortress Occult Master of Space, an Electronic Game Information exclusive. And now we have come to the big part of the show where we tell you guys what the Game of the Year nominees are. The first 2008 Game of the Year Award nominee of 2008 for Electronic Game Information is, of course, it's Dead Space. Dead Space is up on the board right here. That is the 2000. That's one of the 2008 Game of the Year awards. We've got Dead Space was a game that redefined action and horror all at the same time. It was like a Metroid game, but scarier and with better sound design. Another Game of the Year award nominee is, of course, Far Cry 2. If you can see that, it's Far Cry 2. Malaria mechanic notwithstanding. Far Cry 2 was a fantastic open-world action game that deserves a little bit of time on everybody's playlist in 2008 going into 2009 if you've missed it in 2008. Another 2008 possible game of the year is Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. If you like drawing runes, if you like exploring castles, if you like having multiple maps in one world, then you love Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. It's one of the best games of 2008. Hold on. And for the final nominee for Game of the Year award, you guessed it, it's Boom Blocks. It's Boom Blocks. It's coming at you live from 2008. This is the Game of the Year Awards 2008. We're taking your calls. We are taking your votes to find out who will be the champion, who will be crowned champion of 2008. Call in now to cast your votes for the Game of the Year of 2008. Hi, you're on the line with X Electronic Game Information. We're taking your votes for the Game of the Year of 2008. What do we got? You got either Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, Dead Space, Far Cry 2, or Boom Blocks.
I'm thinking Ratchet & Clank Tools of Destruction. I feel like that game deserves a chance. It's a really good Ratchet & Clank game, really.
Okay, that's not one of our nominees, so you're going to have to pick one of our 4 nominees. You got Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, Dead Space, Far Cry 2, and Boom Blocks.
I'm thinking Far Cry 2.
Okay, so we're going to put down 1 for Far Cry 2 and 1 for Boom Blocks. Thank you for your call. Next up, you're on the line with Electronic Game Information. We are getting your votes for the Electronic Game Information Game of the Year Awards. This is a People's Choice Game of the Year Award, so we are taking your votes. We've got 4 nominees, and you are voting on them.
Yeah, I gotta go with Boom Blocks.
Boom Blocks. Another vote for Boom Blocks. Boom Blocks pulls out ahead of Far Cry 3. Thank you for your call. Next up, we got another person voting in for Game of the Year Awards.
All right, give me 1 for Boom Blocks.
You got that's 3 for Boom Blocks. We got another for Boom Blocks. Boom Blocks is pulling way ahead of Far Cry 2. I can't believe it. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Boom Blocks is ahead of Far Cry 2. Family-friendly puzzle action game is beating the pants off of a action shoot 'em up open world action game. Hi, you're on the air. What's your vote for the Electronic Game Information's Game of the Year 2008?
I'm definitely going to have to vote for Dead Space.
Oh, Dead Space. Have you played Boom Blocks?
No, that's okay, though. I think Dead Space.
Well, I've played enough Boom Blocks for both of us, so I'm going to put 1 more mark down for Boom Blocks. Thanks for your call. Next up, you got a vote?
Yeah, I love my horror games.
You love your horror games. You love Dead Space.
But I mean, Boom Blocks is just a better game.
Yeah, Boom Blocks is a better game. That's 5 votes for Boom Blocks. 1 for Dead Space, 1 for Far Cry 2, 5 votes for Boom Blocks. Next up. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this just came down to the wire. We just got 6 votes in the chat. 6 votes in the wire for Boom Blocks. So that brings us to 11 for Boom Blocks. We got a call. What's your vote for? We got Boom Blocks is tearing ahead.
I want to put another one in for Boom Blocks,
man. That's 12 for Boom Blocks. That's amazing. Thank you for your call. We'll see you in 2009. Ladies and gentlemen, there is almost no contest happening right now. We have Boom Blocks with 12 votes, Dead Space with 1 vote, Far Cry 2 with 1 vote. We got another vote for Dead Space. That's 2. Can Dead Space pull out ahead? We got someone on the line. Give us your vote for the Game of the Year Award 2008. You're on the phone with Electronic Game Information. It's 2008 Game of the Year Awards. We're still voting. I'm going to just put another one for Boom Blocks, and Castlevania Order of Ecclesia hasn't gotten any love yet, so I'm just going to put 1 for Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. All right, so you're on the line with Electronic Game Information. We got calls coming in. We got stuff coming through the wire. What do we got?
Give me more Boom Blocks.
Oh, we got another for Boom Blocks. That's 14 for Boom Blocks. Thank you for your call. Thank you for your time. We'll see you in 2009. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up to the final moments of the Game of the Year Awards 2008. We got 1 more call. We're going to take 1 final vote. You're on the air with Electronic Game Information. We got 1 final vote. We've got 4 games up on the line. Boom Blocks is tearing way out ahead.
Yo, I think Rock Band 2 got robbed, but it didn't have Steven Spielberg. I gotta go with Boom Blocks.
Oh, we got another for Boom Blocks, and we got, guess what? Guess what came through the wires? 5 more votes for Boom Blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, that is 20 votes for Boom Blocks, making it, wait for it, ladies and gentlemen, the Electronic Game Information's 2008 Game of the Year is Boom Blocks. And what a great year it was. One of the best years of my life. Seen so many wonderful games coming and going. So many wonderful memories that I've had. And tonight I decided to celebrate this amazing year in video game history with a little speech I wrote. I think all of you will appreciate it. Talks a little bit about my feelings about video games in general, and a little bit about this wonderful year that we've had, Boom Blocks 2008's Video Game of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking your time with us. My name is Blue Leader. This has been Electronic Game Information's Game of the Year Awards 2008. We've had a lot of fun this year. Looking forward to more fun in 2009. The interface is what matters. Interface to space, that's a process. The sun goes down, the monsters leak out, the world becomes a sick place. How can you remember what someone else imagined? What's more ultimate than Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3? I seem to be getting older now, so why do I stay the same? Why do I stay the same? I haven't gone back and replayed that entire campaign as a different person than the one I am inside. What do I have to do? Free all the prisoners, find all the skulls? Is that what I have to do? To see all the content? A lineage of rules, respondings, recriminations, the cataclysmic throes, oblivious fool gods nestle themselves in obsidian towers. Big insects battle a sightless war at the black center of the earth. Big energy bursts, the friction all assume the branching paths of time. The industry shifts its all-seeing gaze to reductive technologies. Our eyeballs burst with images. Our brains vomit optimal settings. The history of a corrupt civilization compressed into a thumbnail-sized memory unit. Everything linked through firewires, blocked with firewalls of fire. That's a lie. There is no fire, only orgasmic eruptions, volumetric fluidity, the central organotic shoulders shiver with every caress. Random access memory sensations. Our dreams come through with false and empty corridors. There is no time, no determinants, no importance, no meaning. Just move forward. One room at a time, subvert, traverse, one chasm at a time, one obstacle solution. Upgrade for the quick fix, upgrade for longer reach, upgrade for greater capacity of critical thinking. We're always upgrading. The storm giants in their mountain caves have made 3D chipset puzzle boxes. And when the thunder and the black clouds descend on us all, they toss their creations down into us, down into the soul. What soul? There's no soul. The hands are the brain, the fingers are the face. Kill the liars, smash the crates, shoot red barrels, collect chaos emeralds. Well, that was Electronic Game Information's Game of the Year Awards 2008. We'll see you all in 2009. We'll all have universal health care.